Hey, it's Andrea Goodsaid, and today is, if you're just sort of wandering into my videos, it won't make much sense, but today is the first day of the second half of a 30-day content challenge, content for traffic challenge that I'm doing with Dave Sharp and friends. And today we did the first half written on Medium, so you can look probably around here somewhere for the link to my Medium profile, because I have now 14 articles there, and we're going to have 16 of these videos that have to be a minimum of 5 minutes long, and actually 5 minutes turns out to be not that long once you get to talking, so I can actually hurry up and get this done. So today's topic, so what I'm trying to do, we were given a list of topic ideas, and they're pretty specific to online marketing and so forth, but they can also be what do I want to say, massaged into topics that would suit other niches as well, niches. And but what I decided to do this time was stick as close as I could to the to the menu because I'm famous for overcomplicating things and for doing things my way versus just getting them done. And it takes longer, it takes a lot more creativity in the thinking up of it. I still was able to, it turns out, make the posts that are on Medium, I'm really quite tickled with, because while staying within the topic I was still able to be myself. And you know, I sort of write with a stream of consciousness kind of conversational style, and they pretty much are that. There's a couple of them that got a little boring because they were just sort of like details of this and that, but for the most part I feel pretty good about them. And so that's been kind of an eye-opener. The other thing that's been a real eye-opener, and I'll get to the point of this video halfway through it looks like, the other thing that's been a real eye-opener is that the things that were listed out for me to do turn out to be sort of FAQ or frequently asked questions type questions. And I've since, once I had these articles in place, been able to now leverage them by sending people to the posts instead of explaining myself 100 times again, you know. And it's like not deja vu, it's like a light bulb. I had a light bulb moment. I've done content before in the past pretty consistently and pretty, like, for years, and I kind of took about 3 or 4 years off, to be honest. And I'm reminded again how much leverage there is in recorded content. And I just really want to encourage you, if you haven't begun, to just start. Get your sea legs around the doing of it and the posting of it and the whatever platform you're using. There's always like mechanical pieces and parts to do with that. And just answer basic questions that everybody will have, and if you don't know what those are for your particular industry or whatever it is that you're doing, go to forums, go to the actual FAQ of a business that's already in existence that serves this clientele, whoever it is you're trying to serve, and there will be the questions there. You just have to do them in your own words. Doesn't matter if they're somewhere else 500 times over, because in the end people always want to hear it from us, whether we really realize it or not. So that said, I'm already 4 minutes into my video and I haven't started this topic, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it, but realize that 5 minutes isn't very long. Okay, so today's is supposed to be why you need a business plan plus 5 questions to get started. However, I haven't watched the video for it, so this is another tip. You don't actually have to do the training necessarily in order to convey the message. So I'm a terrible example to set for having a business plan. However, what I do know, and I've seen in the past, is something that's not exactly set. It's not a perfect match for my right mind. If you're familiar with human design at all, I have a right mind. But once it's in place, it's a sort of it's a track that you can follow or not. You know, you can follow along and get to a place where you have predictable results, or at least you have like a what's it called, a constant, like in a scientific experiment. You have a constant that you can measure things against, that you can like compare. Is, you know, here's A and here's B, which one do we go with? Okay, B. Here's B and here's C, you know, which one do we go with? Okay, B still, that kind of a thing. So the business plan, this is actually a 13-point business plan that Dave created, or somebody did inside of the team, to help people lay out what their vision is for themselves, for their business, right? So it has target market, a question about what's most important to the ideal customer, the business model that you're going to pick, which is all explained on this video that's inside of it's a 15-day online business builder challenge is what it's called. It's a $7 offer. You can go in and have all the support you need to fill out all of these details for your own situation. It's not about selling that particular affiliate company's products. It's about using it to apply to whatever your personal business is, or whatever your personal business might be if you're not yet in business. Okay. The products, list the products that you sell or promote. How are you going to convert leads into sales, like the actual mechanism? Where does the ideal customer hang out? A free marketing strategy, a paid marketing strategy, a budget for the ads, top 3 things you need to achieve for the goal, top 3 skills you need to develop to reach your goal, business budget to launch and grow for the first year, and a financial goal for the first year, for the first 12 months, like an actual, well, I guess it's intake, but also I like to work in profit numbers. A lot of people work in, I forget what the word is, net and gross. A lot of people work in gross numbers, and that doesn't really tell you enough. Is that the word? I always get them confused. The point is to run with, when you hear people saying their own numbers, if you do, people don't really do that so much anymore because it's FTC incompliant. However, when somebody does say a number, make sure you're clear whether they're talking from a profit position or they're talking about all the money that they're taking in, but not subtracting out the cost of doing business involved in that. All right. So anyway, whenever you go through the 15-day business builder challenge, you'll get, this is in step 5. And then there's also an example one. I have these things in plastic because Florida, for one thing. Well, for one thing, it's a desk jet thing, so inkjet. So I get things wet all the time, and they smear and whatever. So I like to put them in plastic. But also Florida, everything gets wet if you leave it out paper-wise. So I slip them into these sleeves. But anyway, oh, that's the wrong side. He also has an example one that, you know, gives people kind of a guideline for what's a maybe, as examples of ways to fill this in. So the point is that business plan, there's a saying that goes with these that always used to annoy me, and I understand now it's because of my right mind, but it's what gets measured gets managed. So if you don't have these sort of benchmarks that you can be reaching for, you don't have any guidelines for where it is you're headed. You see what I mean? So you know, it's fine to sort of loll along and if that's the way that you want to live. And a lot of the time my weeks are like that. I just sort of roll with what's flowing and all that. However, with some clarity of where I want to show up for sure, and being able to see how it plays out over time, it's really helpful and encouraging, really, to be able to see what's working and what's not working, because you can sort of drop what's not working and you can continue doing more of what's working. See what I mean? All right. Anyway, it's a great program to go through if you yeah, it's just a great program to go through, and whether you end up buying any of the educational materials or not, that $7 is so worth the time and effort if you're actually interested in doing business in a digital format. Digital, and it's not straightforward information products. It's also coaching and consulting mixed in with good grief, I can't even say this last sentence. Mixed in with event-based offers. So there's those, there's one other one, affiliate marketing, of course. So there's those different choices as far as models that Dave specializes in and is able to offer people his own personal experience. And a lot of the people who are now, who have come to it either partly trained or not trained at all, have also now stories to tell of their own. So lots and lots of experience and guidance and help fleshing out what it is you really want. And yeah, I suggest just go do it. Okay, I don't know why this turned into that, but go do it. Alrighty, have a great day. Bye.